What's up guys, it's Rob, and today we're going to be looking at the Wolves Hati S Stardust Edition. The normal version of this mouse is $70 and this version is $85, I believe. Now, first off, the size of this mouse is very small. It is a short mouse. It is just a tad bit wide, and of course it is very light. And it does come with a micro USB cable. I do have my mouse grips on the mouse, so the weight might be a little bit more than without the mouse grips, but it comes out to 52 grams with the mouse grips. And if I do add the cable, the mouse comes out to around 54 grams with the cable on. So like I said before, this mouse is of course very light, and it is very short. There is no possible way I am able to palm this mouse comfortably. My fingers do hang over mouse 1 and 2 because it is very short in length, and there's just no possible way I can palm it. When I was using this mouse, I could claw it very comfortably too. The only issue I had was that if I did try to use the scroll wheel or mouse buttons, I did feel a little bit uncomfortable just trying to use the scroll wheel and pressing this mouse button here. And once again, it is definitely because the length of the mouse is very short. So it does feel a little bit uncomfortable when I'm clawing this mouse and attempting to use the scroll wheel or the side button. But I definitely do think this mouse is perfect for fingertip grip. It feels very comfortable, and I really don't have any issues fingertipping this mouse at all. I think it definitely is perfect for it. Also, if I didn't have to use the mouse buttons or scroll wheel when using claw, then it would be perfect as well, but just because of the scroll wheel and mouse buttons, it's a no-go for me for claw. So I did make a small mistake in my previous videos when measuring my hand size. I was using a caliper, which I shouldn't have done for measuring my hand length, but I'm using a tape measure now, and I've already updated my mouse sheet with my hand size and everything. So yeah, my hand length comes in at 17.5 centimeters long, and the width of my hand is around 9.5 centimeters wide. So, like I said before, this is the Stardust edition of the Hati S, and so it does come with small dots and like white paint splatter on the mouse, and I think this looks awesome. It's perfect. I kind of wish I didn't have to put the mouse grips, but I actually had to put the mouse grips on, and that's only because the paint splatter somewhat feels like dirt, and I'm not saying this throughout the entire mouse, but on my mouse 2, one of the specks of paint splatter on mouse 2 felt like it was a piece of dirt that was there, and I kept trying to scratch it off, and when I realized it was actually the paint splatter, I was very disappointed because I thought it was just gamer gunk building up or something, but no, unfortunately it was the speck of dirt, and it did end up bothering me, but I quickly solved the issue by just putting the mouse grips. So the issue was solved, but it is quite unfortunate that I did have to put the mouse grips because of that, because I do love the specks of white paint splatter all over the mouse. I think it looks sweet. Also, the mouse grips do look pretty cool as well, but as you can see right here on mouse 1, you can definitely tell it is wearing down, or it's a little bit darker where I put my finger here on mouse 1, probably because of gamer gunk or just sweat and constant use. So if you do end up buying this mouse, I really won't recommend the Stardust edition just because of that paint splatter issue that I had, unless you want to put the mouse grips on. But buying the just normal red color Hati S might be the better option. Like I said before, this is a micro USB cable, so it is easily replaceable, but the cable is not all that great. It is a bit better than the regular Wolves Hati cable, but it is somewhat heavy, and you feel it dragging on the mousepad when I was playing in game. Quite a bummer, because this is a much better cable than the normal Hati cable. But since it is micro USB, you can just get a micro USB braided cable and you'll be good to go. Now, the mouse feet on the regular Hati were pretty bad, and this seems to be the case with this mouse as well. They do feel a little bit scratchy when I'm swiping the mouse, and I sometimes feel like it even gets caught on my mouse pad just a tad bit. You can even hear it sometimes when I'm swiping the mouse on my mouse pad. They are very thin mouse gates, unfortunately, and so that may be the cause of the bad scratchy mouse feet. I had no issues with The mouse clicks, they feel good and sound good. Same thing can be said with the scroll wheel, no issues there. But on the side buttons, they do feel alright and they sound good, but the mouse buttons do have a little bit of post travel, unfortunately, but I really don't think it's much of a big deal. They still feel great. Also, the build quality of this mouse is much better than the normal Hati as well. I get no flex anywhere really. It's kind of surprising because it is a small mouse with holes and you would just expect there to be some flex, but there is not. There is just some tiny flex on the bottom of the mouse, but it's very minimal, no big issues. When I do shake the mouse though, I do get just a tad bit of rattling, and that's only because on mouse 2 there is some side play, unfortunately. You can see it right there, and it's just the mouse button rattling very easily when I do shake the mouse. And I did end up feeling mouse 2 moving around a little bit while playing in game, unfortunately, but still very minimal and not that crazy of a big deal. So I would recommend this mouse for sure. The only issues I had were the cable just did feel a bit heavy and the mouse gates are pretty bad, so I would just replace those and you'll be golden, especially if you use fingertip grip. I think this mouse is perfect for that. Maybe not so much for claw or palm, unless your hands are smaller than mine, of course. But yeah, thank you guys again for watching the video. I added all the information to my mouse sheet on this mouse. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.